It's your boy, Care Universe. Excuse me, y'all. Back in here with another live stream, y'all. This is Sunday night prime time, aka Sunday night football. To remind you all, this new to the channel, this is actually a simulation of what could possibly happen in the real game. So keep in mind, this is a simulator of the Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. So what I'll do, you're new to the channel, man, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate all my new subscribers. Appreciate everybody for watching, y'all. We getting ready to get into it. Will Aaron Rodgers defeat his former team? I think this is the only team Aaron Rodgers has not beaten because he has played on this team. So this is a little bit of history behind this. So y'all sit back and enjoy, and let's see, will Aaron Rodgers beat every team in the NFL that he's played against? You know, he used to play with the Packers. Now he plays on the Steelers. So this is very interesting. So let's sit back and watch this simulator. And I'm going to stop doing all that talking, y'all. Let's get to it. Make sure y'all share this. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button for your boy. And tell me, what would y'all like to see next, y'all? So with all that being said, y'all, let's get into it.
The Steel City is ready at Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Once again, it's Jacobs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's just so funny to see a veteran, a first-ballot Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers, at the end of his career really bounce around and look for that final place that he can make home to kind of go off into the sunset and put a final chapter on what's now a 21-year NFL career. So what are the expectations? I think around Pittsburgh, they expect him to be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's healthy. I think he's motivated. And when he can be out there every single week, there's very few guys who have played the quarterback position better over the history of the league than Aaron Rodgers.
First down for Aaron. Metcalf takes the grab again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Play action now with Rodgers. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he is out of bounds at the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. It's a gain of 34. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rodgers going up top again. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. He's going to run it. Give him 11 on the scramble to give them a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. This one caught at the 4.
They have a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Packers nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Packers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Pushes way ahead for a gain of 2. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Go play action with Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. 3rd down and 3 as we are ready to get back underway. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline. sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all in the same.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just had the wrong spin. He goes into the end zone, touchback. The ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. A-Rod now to throw on first down. He'll get that to Jalen Warren. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and a couple. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, which is weird, Mike, because they sent so many guys out in the route. But what does that do? It really stresses your protection. The more guys out in the route, the less guys blocking, and the play ends up resulting in a sack.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Love. That one caught. That's Matthew Golden. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. Forward for a couple, and it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 3-yard line.
Once again, it's Warren. And a sigh of relief. He gets a first down up past the 10 and out to the 13.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10. Austin brought in motion. 2nd down, Rodgers. He got this down to Warren. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This is taken at the 25. Oh, looked like he may have been seen for a moment. He's taken down after a solid return. Packers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Second down, they need 7. Here's Love to throw. That one reeled in by Golden. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Packers going to use their final timeout now. 40 seconds to go in the first half.
48-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on the
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hanson for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports, and we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the 2nd half. It's about to get underway. Just that 1 touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the 3rd quarter begins. On the return, it's Williams. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Steelers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
That's made there. That's Smith. And he'll be written out of bounds after a gain of 6.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. A run with Gainwell. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. And he will score. Ruben Wilson, touchdown Steelers. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers move out on top, 14-0.
Packers nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw it on 1st down. There's a short one blocked by Kraft. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That one caught. He finds Holden. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Packers.
13 yards. That's good for a Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Last play got 15. This one gains 15. And another 1st down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain. On 1st down, they pick up 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now Love. Left side, he finds Kraft. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd down and 8. On play action, Love. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Alex Highsmith getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6. And it's 3rd down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Love. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
A gain of 10 yards.
10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard
Well, we'll give a little
line.
credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Check this down to Gainwell out of the backfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
And 7 at the 48-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. A pickup of 15 in the air. good for a Steeler first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
That is caught. What a throw. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Boswell now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Steelers move out to a 21-3 advantage. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Williams now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing is Love. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Now a 3rd and 2. Love to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4-down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores. You cannot afford to waste any of it.
Matt LaFleur disagrees with the call, and he's going to throw the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right. But it takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So this winds up to be a very smart decision to throw the challenge flag. They remeasure, and this indeed will become a first down. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
from the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. From the gun, it's Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Love. A ball deep for the end zone. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Steelers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. First down for Aaron. This one grabbed by Austin. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, it's 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Rodgers has done this long enough. Gives himself up at the end, but he's got a 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs. And now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to have the 1st down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Micah Parsons in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Austin brought in motion. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.
Well, y'all, there you have it. There you have it. Green Bay 3, Steelers 21, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, y'all, and this concludes Sunday Night Football. Thank y'all for watching.